We're in a series on how to lead with significance. Today, I'm going to talk about the final ingredient or characteristic that every great leader must have. But before I get to that, let me recap or give you a summary, all right, of where we've been. You see, great leadership is like building a house, and there are 5 C's to our leadership house. The first C is culture. Culture is defined as our values and action. Culture is the foundation of our house. Everything rests upon it. Culture needs vision plus accountability to be effective. The second C, it's character. Character is defined as doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Character is our blueprint. It tells us where to put everything else upon our foundation. You will never reach your potential if you don't have character. The third C, it's competency. It's our knowledge plus our skills. For our house illustration, it's the 2x4s. It's the sheetrock. It's what helps us build the structure of our house. It's the strengths of our leadership. And in order to utilize our strengths effectively, we have to have self-awareness and humility. Now that's personal leadership, okay? Then we move to public leadership. And the 4th C is chemistry. Chemistry is defined as high speed with minimal friction. It means that we have productive friction in our relationships and our interactions with other people. For our house purposes, it's the nails, the screws, the sheetrock mud. It's what bonds our strengths together. Your strengths will never be completely useful if they don't help other people. Now, for chemistry to be effective, we have to have compassion plus respect plus listening, and that equals the pinnacle of a leader with high chemistry, which is trust. Now today, it is our 11th session, and we're going to talk about our final C to our house, and that's cultivation. Cultivation is defined as refinement through learning. Now for our house purposes, there are 2 aspects of cultivation. The first one is it's the decor, the furniture of the home. You see, the purpose of a house is not to have a structure. The purpose of a house is to make it a home, to make it warm, to make it hospitable. The same thing comes with our leadership, right? The purpose of our leadership is not to just lead for the sake of leading or to have a title. It's to have influence. It's to add value to the lives of the people around us. It's to help them be successful. That's where true significance comes from. Now, the ingredient that we need to make this happen and to continue to cultivate both our personal leadership and our public leadership, it's ownership. Just like when you buy a house, you take ownership of it, you decorate it, and the purpose is that you've created this place or this environment where you can make memories. Same thing goes with our leadership. We own everything in our leadership and our life. We don't blame other people for the bad things that have happened. We don't take on a victim mentality. It doesn't mean that everything's our fault, but we own it and we respond to it in a way that says, you know what, this wasn't my fault, but what can I learn? How can I grow as a result of this? People who take ownership of their leadership and their life, they're more self-motivated. They consistently take the initiative and they practice being a lifelong learner. Now, there's lots of things I could talk about with ownership, but I want to focus on lifelong learning, okay? President Harry Truman said that not all readers are leaders, but all leaders are readers. Charlie Munger, who is Warren Buffett's longtime business partner, says that I've met no wise person who didn't read all the time. You see, if you want to have sustained significance over your lifetime, both in your professional leadership and your personal leadership, you have to be reading, you have to be learning so that you can continue to refine and grow and improve your leadership skills. So here's our game plan. Here's how you do it. It's simple. A lot of people call this the 5-hour rule. So I want you to practice the 5-hour rule. Here's what that means. Read for 5 hours every single week. That's 1 hour every weekday. I can guarantee you that if you read for 5 hours every week over this next year, your leadership will improve. I can guarantee that. So let me leave you with our tweetable lesson. Learning is the single best investment of your time.